Is your partner quiet quitting your relationship? Here's our 2 warning signs. The whole quiet quitting trend is advancing even past the workforce, huh? Let's see what they view as quiet quitting a relationship. Like, is it going to be like all the dudes that are stuck in cheaper to keep her marriages? Like, they basically quit. Americans are searching when to break up more than ever, according to recent Google Trends data. Oh God! And then when they hit 40, they're gonna realize they made so many mistakes. And while figuring out how and when to dump their partners, some are quiet quitting their relationships. Oh, tell me, what does that mean? The term quiet quitting barreled into the zeitgeist a few months ago and generally refers to workers doing only the tasks that are within their job description instead of going above and beyond. So basically doing what you're expected to do and nothing more. Yes. In a context of a relationship, quiet quitting refers to those who don't want to have the breakup conversation and instead are going through the motions without any real motivation to make the relationship last. So basically, most modern relationships, after the lust phase wears off, they don't want to do the big leave, said Leo of Avellino, a psychotherapist who focuses on sex and relationships. They want to express with their behavior what they can't with their words. Okay, so they want to break up, but they're too chicken shit to say it. Oh, that's basically what this is implying. But there could be other reasons too. It could be that like their friends and family expect them to make the relationship work. They're going along to get along. So recently, Avellino hadn't seen many clients who are trying to get out of a relationship but don't know how. Just say it's not working out. A lot of people are bringing in concern about breaking up are people pleasers. So doormats. They're going along to get along, and they're telling themselves they don't want to hurt their partner, but they really don't want to deal with the discomfort of being the person who calls it quits. Oh, well, you could at least do what a lot of people do in current year, right? Just send a text message. Hey, I think we should break up. Bye. No, because they are avoiding the breakup conversation, any signs that they are uninterested might be passive aggressive. 2 signs your partner is quiet quitting your relationship. Now, we'll see what these are and how many of them are just things that whammons do normally. They've stopped advocating for their needs. They stopped nagging? Wow. I thought that was a good sign. Telling your partner what you need, either emotionally or physically, can create conflict, but it also means you care. If your significant other seems to have no interest in communicating what they are feeling to you, they might be disengaging from the relationship. Or they're a guy and they don't feel like talking about their feelings. Now, let's say your partner is typically jealous, but hasn't expressed that feeling lately. Not expressing jealousy might reduce conflict, but it will also indicate a lack of interest. Now, this is actually true. If they're no longer jealous and like, oh, yeah, sure, go ahead. Go to that mysterious club I never heard of with your 6 guy friends. Yeah, sure, go ahead. I'll be here with my other girlfriend anyway. Yeah, that's usually not a good sign. When you're feeling jealousy, there's a charge to that. She says there's a part of you that is hopeful and believes that the relationship is worth the work. So they are unwilling to own their anger. Instead of having direct conversations, your partner might act out of character. They might be quitting because their partner isn't meeting their sexual needs, she says. They say, I'm going to go out every night and make you feel like you don't matter. They're taking their aggression out on the relationship instead of working through it. That depends. Like, is this the common story of like as soon as they get married, sex goes from every night to once every month? Because like if that's the case, like, well, it's not so much I'm going out to make you feel like you don't matter. It's more if you're not going to give it to me, I'll find someone who will. So the things they previously enjoyed doing, like cooking dinner every night or inviting you on dates, might stop. Well, if you stopped giving them the reward for it, their action is meant to dismiss the other person, but really they are feeling bad about their own needs not being met. Are you paranoid or perceptive? Usually the two of those are the same thing. So it can be hard to know whether you're picking up on signs or inventing them. Sometimes we can't tell the difference between paranoia and perceptiveness. Now, it's good you're even questioning this. If you feel like your partner is disengaging in some way, tell them you've noticed and be specific. Only facts, not judgments, she says. You want to make the implicit explicit. The men might take this advice. I don't see Whammons doing it, though. For example, you can say, "Hey, I noticed you're not cooking anymore," or "I noticed you're not approaching me for sex anymore. I wanted to check with you." Now, this last one's funny. "Hey, I noticed you're not trying to have sex with me anymore." It's like, well, how many times did you turn me down until I stopped? Oh, about 400. And you wonder why I stopped? You're like, Hero Hey did a video about this today, actually, about like, so basically, some Twitter conversations that boil down to, it's like, oh my God, the guy that I've been rejecting for like 6 months finally moved on and got another girl, and I'm devastated. Yeah, seriously, cry me a fucking river, man. This might cause friction, but know that you didn't create it. You brought it to light. That sounds like an excuse. Sometimes we think if we avoid a conversation that by not naming it, we're keeping the peace. Yeah, this is a common problem in society as a whole. Oh, yeah, let's just not talk about this subject because people get too heated. Okay, it's just never going to be resolved then. Got it. Yeah, but if you are naming it and there's a fight, you didn't create the problem, you revealed the crack. By saying what you're noticing and not accusing the other person, you're inviting an honest conversation about what is happening. Yeah, that's actually a important skill to have when talking with somebody. You got to bring something up and not accuse them of it. And Jesus Christ, just don't do it like my boss does it, because like my boss is a the type of guy that there's three of us in a meeting, him, myself, and one coworker. And he goes into like, well, I don't want to put anyone on the spot, so I'm not going to name any names, but somebody did this and I don't want this happening anymore. And remember, there's only two of us in the meeting with him. So if I did it, I know I'm the one who did it, and the other guy knows he didn't do it, so he knows I did it. If I didn't do it, I know he did it. There's only two of us there. So I legitimately don't know, like, if he just if it didn't even cross his mind that that's what he was doing, or if he did it like as a low-key diss. If you're gonna do that, then stop beating around the fucking bush and just call us out by name.